The next thing we're going to take a look at are widgets. If we go down under the Appearance menu item in the WordPress dashboard, and we see Themes, the second item we see are widgets. And widgets are little blocks of code or functionality that you can place in your sidebar. So we see in the main sidebar, there's a search. There's these widgets here: search, recent posts, recent comments, archives, categories, and meta information. If we look at the demo WordPress site, we see a search bar, recent posts, recent comments, archives, categories, and the metadata is like the RSS for the site, site admin, login, logout. And so we can now modify this to a great degree, what appears on the site. They also have, and different themes have different widget areas. This has a footer widget area, 1, 2, and 3. So down at the bottom of the site, what it would do is it would have 3 columns at the bottom where you can place additional content or information. You might use that for a link to a Facebook page activity, or some other text that you want to place there. And I'll show you just really simple, this will be a short tutorial, of some of the things you can do. So first of all, we can change the order if we want to show the recent post, and let's say we don't want to have the search there because we have a search that's already part of our website. It's already in the header. Now if I go back, I put recent posts first. I've gotten rid of the search. I'm going to get rid of archive. And I'm going to get rid of the metadata. I go back to the WordPress site. I refresh the page. And we see now recent posts, recent comments, and categories. That's all that's there. Now let's say we want to do something else. Let's take a look again at my site. So looking at my site, we can see in the sidebar the widgets I've used. This is simply a text widget where I wrote the HTML and included the hyperlinks as needed. And I'll show you how to do that back on the other site. I also have images in there. And then there's this, which is from Jetpack. It's just a way for people to sign up via email for blog updates. Once again, another text widget where I have various links to key pieces of information. And then I have recent blog posts and categories, archive. And then once again, this is a widget that plugin I added that shows you related content. You can just drop a widget right in your sidebar and it shows you related content. So it's very useful as far as as a method of getting people to remain on the site. So those are what widgets do. We're going to go back and add a text widget to our site here. So you'll see these various widgets, and as you add plugins, it will add new widgets that are available to you. So we can add a text widget right up here. And if you're familiar with HTML, we can give it a title or not. We don't have to give it a title necessarily. But let's just say welcome. And then here we can say you found your way to the demo site. And we have to put in the actual HTML for new lines too. It won't be in there. So I'll put 2 line breaks. And then I'll say down here, and I'm only putting the line entry so I can organize it or visualize it, but it's not adding the line entry for me. So those 2 breaks are the line entries, that the line spacing that I put in there. And so I'm going to put down here, you can visit the IT Career Toolkit site here. So what we'll do is we'll make that a hyperlink. The way we would do that would be put an href, link to the site, and we're going to do a target equals blank. And then go to the end of the text and close the href and save that. So now it should appear at the top of these various widgets. We go to the site, refresh the page, And there it is. So we click on this, it should open a new tab in Chrome, which brings us to the IT Career Toolkit website. So those are what widgets do for you, and that's kind of how you manage those. By the way, we can also take this, we'll just see what it does, and we could drag it down into one of these other areas. So we'll drag it down to the footer area 1. And once again, let's refresh the page. And now we see it down here at the bottom. So those are what widgets do for you. It's just a great way to customize your site. Next, we're going to start taking a look at adding blog entries and some strategies in doing that. So actually creating the content. With the information I've given you, you can actually put together a WordPress site and begin publishing your own blog.